Welcome back to my channel, Sparkling Glue. So glad to have you here with me today. So we're going to make a little, I'm calling it a seed packet. I don't know if that's the proper name for it or not. This is a little, I'll show you a packet, and we're going to make this out of one piece of cardstock, a 12 by 12. So it has this little envelope and a little tag inside, and then a Trifold Folio, which has a pocket here, and then a waterfall. So I just thought this was really cute. It all fits inside of the little pocket. And then this band is also from your 12 by 12 cardstock. And these are just little stickers that I believe I got from Walmart. They have little pearls on them, and I just added it to where I glued the piece together. But you could certainly cut anything out or put, you don't have to do anything. So I just thought that was kind of nice. Anyway, if you have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, go ahead and grab it. We'll craft along together. If you don't and you want to just watch and craft later, that's fine too. This is the cutting guide, and I'll keep it out and we'll follow along with it. So you are going to just need one piece of cardstock, 12 by 12, double-sided. And this is, I don't know the actual paper weight. I will link the paper pack below. It's from Amazon, and they have, I don't even know if they have this exact paper anymore, but they have, I think, 7 or 8 other options, and they're all really pretty, and some of them have foil and some of them have a different texture, and so I'll link that below. And then also this packet I saw on, I think her name is Septeria's room, and I'll link her channel below. I did edit it and change it up a little bit, but the idea was from her page, so I will do that. Anyway, and then don't throw away anything we cut, because we're pretty much going to use up almost every bit of this 12 by 12 to make this. So the first cut you're going to do is 4 1/4 by 12. So you're going to go ahead and go to 4 1/4, and the paper's already 12, and you're going to cut, and you're going to do the same thing again, 4 1/4 by 12, and then just leave this to the side for now. And so for the booklet, which was 4 1/4 by 12, we're going to put it on the scoring board, and you're going to line it up on the 12-inch side, and you're going to score it 1 1/4 and 4 1/4 and 7 1/4 and 10. All right, and then you're going to just fold on the score lines. And then you just have to decide which side you want to, so the little pocket, do you want this to be the inside or the outside? Because once you glue, then it's kind of it. So I'm going to make the foil on the outside. So for the pocket, just glue a little bit of glue on either side here and just push down. And that, now you have your little pocket. And then what we want to do, now what you want to do is we're going to make the second pocket here. Now you have a couple of options. So I'm going to show you the way I did it here. I actually folded the corner over. You don't have to. You could leave it as a big pocket if you wanted to, the same way this one is. I'm going to fold it over. The choice is, as well as you can you can just fold it under here and glue it, but it does make it a little bulky, so that's up to you. Or you can just cut it off, or you can fold it this way, so whatever you want. I mean, I'm just going to tuck it in for right now. It really is fine, but like I said, it is a little bulkier, so that's up to you. And then down here, I'm putting glue just on the bottom, and then just a little bit in the corner, maybe just so it's a little more stable. And I am going to glue this down, so let's put the glue on our pocket. Okay. So I'm gluing this, and then I'm gluing this. And just push down. Okay. So now we have our little booklet or folio, which is so cute. And then we are going to add our waterfall to it, but for now we have that. All right, the next piece we're going to do is what I'm calling the seed packet. So you're going to take, so you have 2 pieces left. Take the larger one, which is also 4 1/4, and we're going to cut this one at, cut this at 10. And what we're making is our little tag. And I'm using this tag cutter. You don't have to. You can, if you don't have one, you can trim the ends however you feel comfortable, or just make a hole, or nothing. It doesn't really matter. I'm trying to line it up because it's really not the right exact size for it, but it came out pretty cute. Okay, so now you have 10 1/4 by 4 1/4. And what we're going to do, line it up on the 10 1/4 side, and you're going to score. I went down a line just so you can see where we're at. 1 3/4 and 6 1/2. And then you're going to flip, and we need to do a half on each side. So a half, and then what I have here is 3 3/4, which would be right here, or you can just turn it and do a half. Okay? And then what you want to do is we're going to cut out, I can see the score lines a little better here. You're going to cut the bottom 4 pieces off. So I'm just going to fold on the score line so I can see a little better. Maybe turn on this light, I can see. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to cut right here, just up into the score line, and take it off, and do the same on the other side. And then you're going to do the same for these top 2. So just cut to the score line and cut that off, and cut. Okay, and then what you want to do is we're going to round the corners. So you're going to round them on the top here. You don't have to round them, I just think this looks nice with them rounded. I'm going to round on the bottom. And then what you want to do is fold this top piece in, so you can also round the top corners here. And the bottom, they don't need to be rounded, they can be mitered, but if you just want to round them to make it easier to fold in, you can. All right, and then what you want to do is just push down and like this, and we're going to fold this up and make our little seed pocket. Or, like I said, that's what I'm calling it. So let me just grab the glue. You're just going to put glue. It's a little stuck. Okay, just down both sides here. And then you're just going to fold it up and push down. And you have your little pocket, which is, and so there's a little extra here, and the reason why is because I didn't do a great job trimming it. So you can just cut it off or do a better job. So I'll just trim it a little bit. Okay, so that's our seed pocket. All right, and put that here with the book. These are the little pieces, the only ones that we're probably not going to use, but you might use them for something. So we did the booklet, we did the seed packet, and our tag, right? Our tag. And now we just need to do the waterfall. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the leftover piece, which I believe is 3.5, but you're going to cut it to 3. Actually, we are going to cut it to 2 3/4. I mean, you probably can do it either way, but I'm going to do 2 3/4, and then I'm cutting this at 3. 4 times. Well, I'm making 4 pieces of paper for the waterfall. So just keep lining it up with 3, and then you should end up with 4 pieces that are 3 by 2 3/4. And then you're going to take them on the 3-inch side and score it 1/2 on each. So just line up on the 3-inch and score it 1/2. And okay, and then what you want to do, I'm just going to put the scoreboard over here, is you're going to fold down on each of these, and you just want to get a nice crisp fold so they go into the book nice. Alright, and our last one. Okay, now let's bring back our booklet, and what we're going to do is we're going to put glue just right here. And what I'm doing is lining it up with the top and sort of just try to center it in between the 2 score lines here, so it doesn't, so it's not on the fold lines. You want to line it up and then push down, and because the paper's the same, it blends in pretty nice. So go ahead and add some glue. I'll move this up so you can see it. And then what you're doing is you're lining up right up to the last one. And push down. So, and again, you're going to do the same for the next one and then the last one as well. You're just going to line it up. Push it up against it and push down. And our last one, line up and push. Okay. So there you go. And we have our waterfall, which you can add notes or little pictures. Your pocket here and your pocket here. And this folds up and slides into the larger pocket. And then you can put a ribbon or whatever you want on. And this all closes. Now, this is the last extra piece that we cut off. And what I'm doing with this is making just a band that goes around here like this. So I did it on the opposite side, and this doesn't, all I'm doing is folding it. You can measure and score. I'm just doing a little fold, and you want it to be snug enough that it stays on, but also enough that it'll move. So just like just however it feels comfortable. And you can trim it. So let's say maybe I'm thinking right here. All right. And let's just put some glue on the inside here. And again, really what you're trying to do is make it snug, but that it can slide on and off. And then just push down, and you don't want it to glue to your packet. And you can't really see the line too much, but that's when you want to just stick a little something on it. It's up to you. And this. So here's what we have. We have our little band and our pocket, and then a tag, our little Trifold Folio with a pocket and another pocket, and our waterfall. And it's ready to give as a gift or send it in the mail or anything you want. I just thought it was a fun project. Anyway, like I said, and then these are the only pieces we have left, and if there's something that you could come up with to use them, if you want to do a trim somewhere, I don't know. It's not much, and I don't know what I could do with it. But anyway, I thought that was pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed making this. Thanks so much for crafting with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, and then this, it's a little there. Okay, we got it in. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, thanks so much and have a great day. Take care.